Afterfall InSanity was published by the Nicholas Entertainment Group and was self-released in November of 2011. About a year later, it was greenlit and released on Steam. The development team, Intoxicate Studios, was created by fans of the Fallout and Stalker series. After this game was released, they released a piece of free DLC where the main player is tasked with surviving waves upon waves of enemies while completing various tasks around the map. Now, the game starts you off as Albert Tokai, a middle-aged, doofy-looking therapist with a receding hairline. The hero we need, but not the one we want. We quickly learn that not only are we in our midlife crisis, but that we're possibly the worst therapist alive. Which may not even be an overstatement, as the game is set in post-apocalyptic 2035, where, long story short, some accident happens and all the nukes were launched and everyone died. While those who were sent to an underground facility survived the attack. Now, just surviving would be too easy for the people in the vault, bunker, compound, whatever you want to call it. So they start to suffer from confinement syndrome, which causes, you guessed it, insanity. Afterfall InSanity. Now, we open to a therapy session between us and a girl who isn't quite relevant to the story. After she realizes we aren't really paying attention, she gets up and calls us the laziest therapist ever. Tokai fumbles through his apologies, and after a little hacking minigame that literally makes no sense, I mean seriously, you have to guess a direction at each node, and if you're wrong, the whole thing resets. If there's a clue how to beat this in the game, I've yet to find it. Either way, the locked door opens. Fast forward to an awkward bar scene with our friend, and stuff really starts to get weird. Almost immediately, we're accused with treason by the Colonel. Tokai panics a bit and claims he's not a traitor, but no one believes him. Leaving the bar, we're confronted by the combat system. Soldiers. Now, personally, I'm not sure what's more sad. Playing the middle-aged balding therapist or being beaten to death by the middle-aged balding therapist. Either way, this is going to be interesting. You proceed to beat down more soldiers with your bare hands, all the while the camera freaks out, displaying little graphical glitches to make the player feel like he can't trust what he's seeing. Suddenly, we find our girlfriend? Is that what she is? I have no idea. Whatever, let's just roll with that. We try to save her and find out we brought these guns to a real gunfight, and we run for our lives. Sudden flash, and we wake up back in our office with the same girl that we saw, but oh no, it's gonna be this kind of game, isn't it? Now, this game was released to rather middling reviews. Not good, not bad, just there. It's a game, just a game. It tried to be scary, but ultimately fails when this is every combat scene ever. All the enemies fight the same exact way. They all walk menacingly towards you, then backpedal awkwardly as you try to attack. Rinse and repeat. That's your combat system. Over and over and over and over and It's not even scary anymore. It's just there. I started to get annoyed when I had to fight because it was continuing to slow down an already slow game. The weapon system is broken as well. You can pick up random bits and pieces to fight with, ranging from a broken pipe to a cattle prod, but the problem is all the weapons feel the same. And according to the little bar that represents power, speed, and blocking ability, the fireman's axe is the best I've seen yet. You can hold any sidearm, primary firearm, and melee weapon, but you'll drop the melee weapon the moment you enter a cutscene, use a terminal, or change to your guns. And even for a therapist, he seems rather calm about murdering his fellow survivors with a friggin' fire axe. Add all this to a plethora of quality control problems like misspellings, poor voice acting, and sounds that aren't constrained to the audio sliders, and you have a game that just can't seem to pick itself back up. I understand that the development team was small and possibly inexperienced, but that doesn't excuse the number of pure quality problems. This game reeks of one that was pushed out way too soon, but it had some promise to it. The story is interesting, even if it's a tad bit predictable and pretentious, and the world seems interesting. Few games deal with the idea that you as the player might be the crazy one in a world full of sane people. But the game makes too many jumps in story without filling me in to keep me wholly interested in the story. It doesn't help that perhaps every character in the game is unlikable, but that's a whole other story. Ultimately, I say, pick it up on sale. if you've got the extra $10,000 lying around to pay for the extra therapy that you're going to need after playing this game. It's worth the play if you have it, but don't go out of your way to buy it. I wish the Nicholas Entertainment Group all the best of luck on their upcoming sequel, and I look forward to seeing what these guys can do now that they have a game under their belt. But for now, that's at least my opinion on the game. So thanks guys for tuning into the Steam Docket, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the Nerd Hub Radio. I hope you enjoyed the latest episode of the Steam Docket over Afterfall InSanity. Now this was the review episode, so if you wanted to see a more in-depth view of the game mechanics, click the banner above to see it. Also, click the link to the left to go back and watch the horror that was Ace Combat Assault Horizon. On the right is the next episode, Alan Wake. It should be quite the adventure. And shout out to the OC Remix crew and ABG for the amazing track, which I'm going to let play through the end of the video. The link is clickable and below, so you guys know what to do. Now like, comment, and subscribe is the usual spiel, so I'll save you the trouble. Good night, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield.